Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kylie. I'm an author, author-tuber, voice actress, audiobook narrator, and professional nerd. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about my series Bible and how it is coming along. So this will be video 2 and the wrap up of the series Bible. All right, as you can see, I have gotten all the lore done. I have a couple of extra pages that I have blocked off as extra note pages in case I need them. And now I'm gonna go ahead and block off the villains page, and then I'll come back to the villain antagonistic pages. And then we are going to go into characters, and that means I get to start reading. I absolutely love this channel. So I have pretty much everything set up in here that I need to. The first video was all about getting the lore down and the background about the main family in book 1. I left in a place for some extra notes. So there's some extra notes, a couple pages there. The bad guys, I left about 6 pages there because I still have to fill all of these in, but I have outlined everything. So then I went through and I gave every character 2 pages so that I can give their basic demographic information as well as their arc information and what's going to be happening in what book. I did all of that. And then of course I added the supporting cast as well. And then after that, I left a page for notes on that. And then what I'm going to be doing here, which I haven't done yet, is I'm going to be putting book 1 and then just doing the plot points, kind of breaking down with the introduction, the inciting incident, doorway 1, point of return, into Act 2, same thing, Act 3, Act 2 Part 1, Act 2 Part 2, and then Act 3. So this is going to be probably 2 pages worth of information for each book. And then by that time, I'll be able to really have a good handle on how to pull those threads through. And of course, once that is done, I will be putting a back page of what are the secondary characters doing, where are they going, what are they doing, what are their goals at that time at the end of book 1. And then we're going to move on to book 2, do the same thing at the end, where are the characters. Book 3, same thing. And then I can plot book 4 and it'll be pretty much wrapped. So that is what my series Bible is looking like. I chose to not show it finished because there are going to be spoilers. So I will be working on this continually for the rest of Preptober. It is October 13th right now. So my goal is to get this finished before Nano shows up. She's coming fast. And then another thing that I have been working on in the background, which I am really pleased about, is I have pretty much all my plots and scenes. As you can see, it got thicker for book 1. And then I have book 2 started for my sci-fi trilogy. Very excited about that. Again, this is my handy dandy TJ Maxx notebook that I showed you before. This is also a Preptober project. So I have up until here filled out with notes, and I've started to let myself free write the characters to kind of, from their point of view, like to kind of get to know them a little bit better. because usually I have characters that come to me first and are like, hey, let's tell this story. It's character driven. This one is very much plot driven, and it's different for me. So I really feel like I need to get to know these characters. I literally just named the main character a couple of days ago. I usually have a name already with the character. I had no idea what I was going to call this person, so I finally have a name for them, and I'm about to start kind of free writing on another character today that I really, really want to get to know better, because like I said, the plot is so thick and juicy, and I can't wait to write this that I really am going to have to focus on characterization and really getting to know them, and like, what are your motivations? Where are you at the start of the book? Where are you currently? Where are you going? And really keep tabs on them throughout the series or the trilogy, because like I said, the plot is moving everybody forward. So I have to have the character motivation move them forward and not just be a plot device, if you know what I'm saying. So you have to make your characters be motivated for something. You can't just use them as, or you can't just have them do something or say something for the sake of the plot. You actually have to give them true motivation to themselves, to their character, to their personality, to what their hopes and dreams and wishes are. And that's something that I'm really going to have to work on with them. But I really wanted something small and compact to be able to take with me places. And this is like the perfect size to fit in like my mom bag now, along with the scenes. And I have put once again, the HB90, the Heart Breathings character sheets in here. And I've printed out, I think, about 5 copies of them. And I have a place for notes in the background behind it. So I'm going to start filling this out with characters, information as I free write them and as I kind of get an idea of where they're going. But again, I have to free write them first because it's a plot driven novel. It's unusual for me to have characters that are kind of slow to come forward. Like, I know the character, but I don't know their personality. Usually it's the other way around. So it's a little bit strange to not have that. And yeah, so that is my series Bible. Something else that I have been doing in the background, this is one of my notebooks that I got from Erin Condren this past year. And I've hardly used it, so I have a lot of space, and I've started to write out a lot. I have done my audiobook, started my audiobook series on how to do audiobooks for authors and narrators, and I already have the first episode up and ready to go. And now I'm doing, working on recording the session 2 and session 3 I already have planned, and session 4 is actually going to be an interview with a friend of mine who owns her own production company, and she casts and does all of that. So that's going to be really exciting. So that's the next thing on my list, is to organize a list of questions to ask her, to send to her, and so we can do that. This is kind of not just a series Bible video, it's kind of like a update on what is going on in Preptober video, but I'm really excited on how the series Bible is going, because as I work on it, there are things that I realize I either missed or I didn't do that I should have done, and it's really helping me fill in the holes that I need to go back and fix for Nanowrimo. I also got this new whiteboard that I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do with. I was thinking about possibly using it for like storyboarding, but I don't know. But it was only like $3 or $5 at the Dollar Tree, so I decided to have my husband pick it up. It's about the same size, just a little bit bigger than the one I have for my Kanban board. So I think it would be kind of good to do sticky notes from these scenes and stuff like that, and kind of organize them in a way that would be like Act 1, Act 2, Part 1, Act 2, Part 2, and then the final. So I think it could be really interesting to do that and kind of see how everything goes, or I could use it as just a whiteboard to brainstorm, like, okay, to get from point A to point B, this is what they have to do. Also, I could use it for brainstorming and plotting out what is wrong with the Claymore, which would be using the series Bible, and help me figure out what scenes I need to rewrite or just cut in general and then just replace, or just cut, and where I need to add more information about the lore and the paranormal aspect of it. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this yet, but it's gonna be used for something. And hopefully it'll be used for series Bible or Nanowrimo or the sci-fi. So we'll see. And that is all I have for you today, guys. The series Bible is going to be completed. I'm not going to do a flip through of it because the series is not even out yet, so there's all spoilers throughout. And I just don't want to spoil it, but I kind of didn't want to give you a rough idea of what it looked like, how I set it up, how I'm going to continue setting it up going forward. So I'm super excited about this little project right here, because this is kind of like my reward for doing a good job on Claymore, so I can break and give my mind a moment to just plot and brainstorm in sci-fi, and then I can go back and work on contemporary fantasy kind of whenever I need to, when it's pressing, because again, it is October 13th. This month is flying by. I can't believe it. You're going to be seeing this video like 2 weeks from now. So that is exciting, but it's also like going to be interesting to look back on this and see. Pretty much on Halloween, I'm going to do a video, and just kind of update everybody where I am from Preptober, how I did, and where I'm going forward from there. So from me to you guys, one love.